Welcome back to Daytime Live. Right now we're joined by Mr. Ron Young, one of Jamaica's top entertainment lawyers, who is here to talk to us about how Jamaican creatives, or how our Jamaican creatives and our intellectual property. Welcome, Ron.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that great welcome.
Yeah, I don't know, we talk the truth around here.
Yeah, man. It's an honor coming from you guys.
Bless up.
All right, thank you, Ron. So on Friday, we spoke about Dr. Antoinette Steins and her lawsuit against Jay-Z and Beyonce. I suppose you're familiar with what happened. Could you probably talk us through how you think something like that happened, and also how it could have been prevented?
So, okay, I can't get too much into the details of it, simply because, one, I haven't seen the lawsuit personally at this time, and I haven't read the contract that was supposedly entered into between them, but I can speak more generally.
Sure.
So a lot of the times in the music industry, as Craigie T can tell you, contracts are put towards artists or producers very quickly. Very quickly. And so very often persons have to take a very short time to look and review contracts, because things need to be signed off so that music can either be put out or videos can be put out very quickly. Now, almost every music contract that I review has a clause that says that you, the artist, or you, the producer, should seek legal advice from someone who has experience in the entertainment industry, or you have waived your right to do so because you yourself feel that you're experienced enough. In the case of Antoinette Steins, what may have happened, and again, I don't know for sure, is that a contract was done up quickly as it related to the use of her performance and her lyrics, for possibly, as she says, promotional purposes. Now, if it is that that contract was solely for promotional purposes, and it only said for promotional purposes, and then they went and used it for commercial purposes, then I believe she has a strong claim to say that that use is a breach of her intellectual property rights and was not within what she authorized, because every owner of copyright material has a right to determine how their material is used. But just to add one quick thing, if it is that the contract actually did speak to commercial purposes, but it is that she just never got a chance to read it properly, she may have a harder case, because she, as a professional in the industry, would be expected to either know about these types of contracts, or at least to know that she should go and seek legal advice. So that might, I'm not saying it's impossible for her to be victorious in that instance, but she has to overcome some hurdles.
That's you actually just answered the question I was about to ask, but I want to know a little bit more detail. Is there any, or has there been any precedents to anything like this before? Like, let's say, for instance, because I've seen it lots of times when you're on the set of a production, and the production is due to come out the next day, and then give you a contract to sign immediately for like a release form. Very short, one page, one paragraph contract, or 2 paragraph contract, and them say, sign it, man, it not really. You understand? Now, you could be the stickler and say, yo, I'm not signing nothing unless my lawyer look at it. You have to wait. You could do that, but on the other hand, if it's a huge production and you want the thing come out, sometimes you just sign on the dotted line. In instances like that, has there ever been an instance where somebody signs something like that and can still go back and claim if it is used for more than they knew? Yeah.
So that's a good point. So there is a concept in law called undue influence. So let me speak about that in a very general way. Sometimes when somebody has great bargaining power and they kind of are trying to force you into signing something, and you don't have as big bargaining power, or there's a relationship between the parties like employer and employee or something like that, where employer is trying to coerce an employee to sign something quickly without getting legal advice, then it is arguable in law that that person has been influenced by someone dominant and could get out of it, and could get out of that contract on the basis that they were coerced into doing it. And they felt that they were intimidated because the person who coerced them was in a position of authority. But in any event, if someone is kind of pushed into signing something quickly and they didn't get a chance to read it, they didn't get a chance to get a lawyer, and it actually captures something that wasn't discussed, then what you'd have to do is, as a lawyer, what I would be doing is trying to bring all the information together before, for example, a court of law, including emails, including what happened on the day, did any witnesses hear what was agreed and said, to try and make a case on behalf of my client.
Okay. All right. Thanks for that, Ron. So, but Ron, outside of even outside of even situations like that, where yes, I'm probably signing a release form on location. What about if it is someone has created something? So you've created some kind of audio, video, some literary work. How do I protect those kinds of creations?
So great question. So one of the things that I really want to get across to people is they throw around the words copyright and trademark a lot. And very briefly, a trademark is a sign that distinguishes your undertaking or your trade from another trade. For example, the Nike swoosh or the Apple logo, those are trademarks. Then you have the area of law called copyright, and that is really the product of your intellectual creations. For example, a painting, if you paint it on a canvas, a sound recording, if you record it in a studio, that is your copyright. So how do you protect those things? So the first thing to know is that in most countries in the world, if you record a song that you wrote, you automatically have the copyright in it. You don't have to register that anywhere to have the copyright in it. It's a right of creation, and a lot of people don't know that. But there are places you can go to record it, to show evidence that you created it. For example, the Jamaica Intellectual Property Office is a great resource because what they can do is assist you in understanding copyright and trademark and what the differences are. And you can also register a copy of your sound recording or a copy of your lyrical work, your literary work. And so it acts as evidence to the world that you registered your copyright.
Okay, Ron, we're going to have you back.
Yeah, we need to have you back on the show for a longer period on, because I mean this is really very important, because Jamaica has so many creatives, and I have seen evidence where we're not schooled enough to be able to understand these things, because even poor man's copyright, a lot of young songwriters out there, I have to be telling them about this, but this is something that they really should know, that you can send things registered mail to yourself at a date, so there is proof, that you created this on that date.
Okay.
But it's one of those things, we need to have you back for a longer time.
Yes, please. Thank you, Ron.
Anytime.
Thanks very much for stopping by, Ron. All right.
Take care.